So now let's talk about the options offered on the Webull platform. Now, if you're not familiar with what an option is, it's short for an options contract. And essentially what this allows you to do is speculate on the price of a particular stock. So there are two main types of options. Those are call options and put options. And based on which of these you buy, it's kind of speculating whether you think the price of a stock will go up or will go down over time. And these things are generally higher risk, so I would not encourage beginners to get involved with options trading. You actually have to apply for options trading on the Webull platform. We're going to talk about that in just a second, and they're going to kind of assign you a level based on your level of experience with the stock market. So as a beginner, you might not even have access to options on Webull, but if you do, here's kind of how they work. So a call option basically allows you to speculate that the price of a stock is going to go up over time. So if you buy a call option, you are betting that the price of a stock is going to go up. So let's say you are buying a call option on Apple stock. You think Apple stock is going to go up in value. You could buy a call option on that stock. Essentially what that's going to allow you to do is, say Apple stock is currently trading at $100. You think it's going to go up in value. So you would buy a call option for Apple stock at $110, which would allow you to buy Apple stock at $110 per share. Now, this option is going to have what's called an expiration date on it. So you would buy this option, say maybe for the next 6 months, you're going to be able to buy Apple stock at $110 per share. So if at any point in the next 6 months, Apple stock increases from $100 per share to say $120 per share, you could buy it at that $110 price point and basically pocket that extra $10 in profit. So that's how options contracts work. Put options are kind of the opposite. So they allow you to sell at a given price instead of buying at a given price. But again, these are a little bit more advanced than a beginner trader is going to want to get involved in. I'll show you on my phone how to actually buy these things later, but just know you've got your call options and you've got your put options on the Webull platform. Now, earlier I mentioned that you actually have to apply to the options program. You're going to get assigned one of 3 levels if you do get approved for options trading, level 1, 2, or 3. I'm going to put a chart on the screen right now that's going to show you what each of those levels kind of get in terms of the options they have access to. So as you can see in level 1, we've got covered calls, buying rights, and cash secured puts. So these are the least risky kind of options out there. There's the least potential for loss. And then as you go up in the different levels, you expose yourself to more and more risk and a larger potential for loss. Because one thing that's very important to know here is that most people who invest in options contracts actually lose 100% or more of their investment. And that's because if your options contract gets to the expiration date and it has not yet reached profitability, it expires worthless and you have nothing to show for it. Okay, so that's why options contracts are very risky. 95% of the time, these things are going to go to zero, but there's a small chance that if you play your cards right, maybe you buy one that is actually profitable for you. So keep that in mind whenever you are thinking about investing in options contracts, is that the majority of the time you are going to end up losing money, but it may be a way to speculate for you with a small percentage of your portfolio if it aligns with your strategies. Now, additionally, on the Webull Options platform, you have access to what are called real-time Opera quotes. And Opera basically stands for the Options Price Reporting Authority. And these allow you to get real-time quotes for prices on your options. Because with a lot of platforms, when you're able to trade options, you're getting what are called delayed quotes. So your prices aren't going to quite be real-time. So it's really important that you have real-time pricing here because options contracts are very volatile. Like I mentioned earlier, there's a lot of risk here. So you want to make sure you're getting the best possible price. And so you can do that on Webull. However, there is a catch. And the catch is that in order to keep these price quotes active, you need to be an active options trader, options investor. And that means on the Webull platform, you have to buy or sell an options contract at least every 30 days to keep your Opera subscription active. Okay, so it is free to you, but you have to make sure that you're an active options trader in order to maintain that. If you're not trading options, if you're not planning on using options, then you don't really have to worry about that. But if you do want those real-time quotes, you got to make sure that you are doing at least one transaction every 30 days to keep that subscription active.